The next video is the funk section off of my brush course about all styles of music. It talks about how playing funk with the brushes got me my first gig ever in New York City, and we explore grooves by Stanton more, Damion, Reid, and one groove that's my own creation. Stick around, I hope you enjoy it. Now we arrived to the section about funk brushing. So I decided to wear a funky shirt, funky pants, I don't know if you can see them, and my funky brushes. So let me start with a story about how I got my first gig in New York. I went to a jam session, maybe the second week that I moved here, and what tune were they playing? They were playing something very, very simple, like Sunny or something like that. And I don't remember if there were only brushes there or maybe there were sticks too, but I just chose to play brushes. Anyway, I started doing this groove. Of course, I had a bass drum and hi-hat too, but in terms of brushing, the groove went just like this. Okay, and it felt so good that I kind of just did it through the entire song. And later on someone approached me and offered me a gig for the following week. So I have a very special place in my heart for funk brushing, okay? Funky brushing. Now the thing is, you know, this is a course for your hands only, right? We are focusing on sweeping a lot, and because of the limitations of this course, I will not go too deep into the whole bass drum thing because I can't, but there are some principles I would like to talk to about, strictly about the hands. So, well, first of all, a very big principle is the backbeat, right? The funk playing has a backbeat. Even if it moves sometimes within the music, it's still there, okay? So I feel like these kind of slappy strokes are really key to playing funk with the brushes, at least the way I perceive it. Also, you know, when playing funk, usually the band will play louder than in a typical jazz setting. So you want those strokes to really pop, okay? So as I showed you, you can play it just like you do with sticks and you just get a cool sound. Yeah, even when I'm doing this now, I'm kind of mimicking the bass drum part with strokes that are like, I guess, between accent and ghost. So okay, now the next thing I want to show you is something that I got from Stanton Moore. I saw a video of him playing. Now, of course, again, he uses a bass drum too, but we can learn a lot just from the brushing. So Stanton Moore with his right hand was doing half moons, and with his left hand he was doing more like in and out. Sometimes a circle, sometimes a line, okay? So boom, boom, pa, pa, boom, boom, pa. Let me slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the comping, all the little accents, they sometimes come with the right hand, sometimes with the left, depending where they fall in the bar, okay? But he was playing various songs with this groove, and I think when you have a bass drum, this can work really beautifully. So, Okay, so that's a cool one. Now another one, this is a very special groove that I took from Damion Reid, who's playing with the Robert Glasper Trio. So they have a version of Stella by Starlight. For this one, I'll actually use my normal pink brushes, and I'll tell you why. I feel like these kind of brushes, this feels like plastic, and it has a very cool, like when you strike, it's very cool. But if you want lush sweeps, I feel like the metal brushes give you a lusher sound. So for this groove now, I'm gonna use these. So the Damion Reid groove on Stella by Starlight goes something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love this so much. So first of all, we have the backbeat, this time with the left hand, right? So the left hand goes like sweep, sweep, backbeat, sweep, 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 backbeat, sweep, 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 backbeat, sweep, 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 backbeat, sweep. And then the right hand fills all the 16th notes on each beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got a lush sweep, you got a backbeat, you got continuous notes. I think this groove is really a work of art. So then there's one trick that Damion does on the recording and is very helpful. Because this groove is very fast, then sometimes your right hand gets tired playing all these 16th notes, right? Like tiring. So sometimes instead of playing 3/16 notes, he will go to the triplet rate, and then the right hand only needs to play 2 strokes. So the triplet rate sounds something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And switching between them is like. I want to take you back now to the section about the lateral playing and just remind you that also this kind of way playing only ins, in, I find it to be very, very useful for funk. It's not very different from how I showed you I played with strokes. I just turn it into this in motion, and then it can have more of a sweeping element. Like if I want, like it can be more sweepy or more strokey. So that's an important one to remember. And also in the spirit of the Stanton Moore one, there's a groove I played on a record by the singer Andrew Richards. And the groove goes something like this. 1, 2, 3. something like that. So that has a lot of, that's basically like a, it's kind of like how I play swing. This hand strikes, this hand sweeps quarter notes. But I put in these accents. Do you remember the section about playing side by side? Like the shuffle. So I use it for this too, how I play my accents. They are like in motions and they're side by side. So the quarter note keeps going and they never get crossed with each other, right? I really like this groove I came up with, so check it out. I hope you enjoyed this. This was just the funk section off of my course Brushing in Styles, where we develop flow in all styles of music. If you want to go deeper, the link to the course is in the description.